We hold the opinion that Meghan possesses a significant lack of depth. Achieving success is impossible by imitating others and relying on their efforts. Hello everybody, welcome back to the YouTube channel dedicated to providing the latest updates on Princess Diana. In numerous recent videos, we've discussed Meghan's cunning strategy and calculated efforts to secure a wealthy British partner. William quickly caught on to her plan and wasted no time in warning Harry. However, his cautionary words fell on deaf ears as Harry chose not to heed the warning. This line of thinking prompted me to delve into a completely different topic. Is Meghan's lack of self-love evident in her current predicament? Would her circumstances be different if she prioritized self-care and respect? Take a moment to consider it. There will inevitably be individuals who claim that her self-love is evident by observing her, suggesting that she is a narcissist who is excessively focused on herself. However, I sincerely think that is merely a disguise. She is making an effort to conceal her inner emptiness, a truth that she is acutely aware of above all others. The subconscious holds the reins of power over all occurrences. Clearly, Meghan Markle lacks the ability to exhibit restraint. Her fleeting emotions fuel her determination. I strongly believe that, deep down, she harbors self-hatred due to her intense fear of self-reflection. Throughout her entire existence, she has been aware that she has been deceitfully assuming a different identity. In an attempt to emulate iconic figures such as Wallis Simpson or Princess Diana, she naively believes that this alone guarantees success. Simply by wearing a costume, you effortlessly embody the character. If you effectively imitate them and present yourself accordingly, you will successfully embody their identity. Because she never had boundaries set during her upbringing, she developed the habit of using mimicry and relying on others to regulate her emotions. She lacks comprehension regarding the extent of her boundaries. She lacks the ability to introspect. Her ability to learn from her errors is lacking. Due to her immense superficiality, we constantly witness her repeating the same actions. Hence, she is incapable of acquiring knowledge. Due to her lack of willingness to introspect profoundly about herself. She simply responds to her current emotions without much thought or hesitation. Regardless of her current emotions, she labels them as her personal truth. And that is the guiding force behind her actions. She lacks a true moral compass. Consequently, her decision-making skills are consistently flawed. She is engaging in the most foolish actions. And what's even more surprising is that she seems to be oblivious to the reasons behind her repetitive foolish behavior. An individual lacking self-discipline can pose a significant threat. In addition to being a personal concern, Meghan poses a significant societal issue. Due to her lack of the ability to engage in genuine and reasonable logical reasoning, she falls short. She will refuse to recognize or embrace limitations. Her only desire is to engage in activities of her choice at any given moment. She lacks comprehension when it comes to understanding the repercussions. She never acquired the skills to set boundaries or develop self-awareness. She failed to grasp the concept of being impartial. All she is aware of is her own point of view. Many of us are aware of our boundaries. We are well aware of our capabilities in this world. An instance where I am confident in acknowledging that I will never pursue a career as a professional vocalist. I am aware that becoming a brain surgeon is an unachievable goal for me. Although there may be numerous things I can never be, I truly cherish and embrace my unique self and qualities. In contrast, Meghan displays a lack of awareness towards these boundaries. The understanding and support of others are crucial for her as she firmly believes in her ability to achieve whatever goals she sets for herself. Anyone who fails to acknowledge her exceptional qualities is the one at fault, not her. If her desire is to become the Queen of the UK, then why not allow her that opportunity? And if her ambition is to become the President of the US, there should be no reason why she cannot achieve that as well. Meghan's major issue lies in her inability to look beyond her personal subjectivity. She has a strong aversion to objectivity and chooses not to acknowledge the actuality of the situation because she is well aware that it does not align with her own personal truth. Within her innermost self, she possesses the awareness that the truth exists beyond and is incongruent with her desired expectations. Consequently, whenever she encounters the indisputable facts, she becomes overwhelmed. She intends to put on a facade, she plans to deceive, and she will use any means possible to avoid confronting her true inner self. To ascertain this information, it is apparent that if Meghan Markle were genuinely willing to confront her true self and acknowledge her actions, we would observe a display of empathy from her. We would witness her behaving in a typical and healthy manner. We would witness a display of empathy. She would possess the ability to experience elevated emotions such as gratitude and love, establishing a deep connection with others. She would truly exist. She would exhibit more authenticity. And she would have a deep affection for herself. She would possess the knowledge to cultivate her authentic and genuine identity. Rather than prioritizing her own comfort, she genuinely makes an effort to ensure the comfort of others. However, Meghan's actions do not align with that observation. It appears that Meghan is trapped in an extremely chaotic and difficult situation. She lacks compassion or understanding for others. Her personality is peculiar, almost resembling that of an eerie artificial intelligence. It is evident that she is experiencing a state of halted personal growth. She displays adolescent-like behavior, prioritizing her own immediate desires. Her toxic nature stems from her selfishness. She displays an indulged and demanding demeanor. She is well aware that she lacks a genuine personality, which is why she continuously feels the need to disguise herself. However, it is not uncommon to witness the facade break, revealing disturbing situations. Due to her lack of self-awareness, she constantly feels the need to emulate others. Consequently, she resorts to appropriating concepts from others. She continuously switches her allegiance from one trend to another. Her thoughts at that instant will determine her popularity and adoration. Therefore, her speech appears extremely bewildering. She consistently resorts to word salad as a means of communication due to her lack of meaningful content. She simply includes a cluster of trendy terms and assumes that is sufficient because it originates from her. She lacks personal convictions, thereby making it impossible for her to express her own thoughts confidently. She is merely engaging in virtue signaling, hoping it will help her gain public acceptance. However, I don't empathize with her as I believe she had chances to improve herself but deliberately opted for this particular route. She opts for dishonesty. She opts to engage in deceitful schemes for personal gain. She opts for tormenting others. She opts to conduct herself in this manner. She opts to live in the shadows. Although she possesses the ability to change, she simply chooses not to, as she believes that her current lifestyle is immensely fulfilling. She pays no attention to the opinions of reality. Her only concern is what she experiences at that specific moment. Disregard others' thoughts and emotions. She has no concern. She refuses to accept advice from anyone, which explains her behavior. She possesses an excessive amount of knowledge. She has an exaggerated sense of her own charm and uniqueness, expecting our unquestioning admiration and devotion at her feet. She holds the belief that someone as exceptional as herself should not be required to engage in labor. Just her mere presence should exceed expectations. She brings immense value and joy to every individual in the world. However, they are not someone who genuinely has self-love. This refers to someone who is completely disconnected from a part of their identity. Always dissatisfied, Meghan will never be satisfied with anything. Since there is no substitute for what is lacking internally. Meghan is capable of enjoying inexpensive excitement, without a doubt. Real tranquility and genuine joy? Absolutely not. They will forever remain unattainable. Meghan possesses an emotional capacity comparable to that of a shark. She has a keen eye for her desires and relentlessly pursues them. However, she lacks the ability to experience emotions such as love. Hence, I find it utterly absurd when the Sugars attempt to argue that our feelings towards Meghan are rooted in jealousy. Why would we possibly feel envious towards such a hideous creature? Okay, now let's move on to the next segment of the video, where we will review your comments on the video titled, "It's Becoming Excessively Obsessive, All the While Makes Continues to Strategize Hollywood Reinvention." Let's collectively explore the insights shared by everyone. To commence, a statement from Jean Jones. She has never set foot in Hollywood. I have a distinct recollection of the television show Suits, and the sole reason I viewed it was due to my husband's interest in it. I recall when she was removed from the show, she had been romantically involved with one of the lawyers. After he ended their relationship, she wondered if his decision was influenced by her being African American. Consequently, she requested the show's writers to incorporate this dialogue into the script. Therefore, it is evident that she identified and embraced her black identity from an early stage. She has never pursued and will never pursue a career as a Hollywood actress. To my understanding, she did not participate in any other acting projects. The racial background of the person doesn't matter to me. My son, whom I have adopted, is also. My love for him remains unaffected by that. He means everything to me. Jean, your comment is greatly appreciated. Isn't it fascinating how Meghan Markle has relied upon this for an extended period? She consistently plays the race card whenever opportunities arise. Furthermore, the issue is that, thus far, it appears to have largely been successful for her. One might assume that over time she would gradually grasp the concept that there is perhaps a greater depth to the matter. There could potentially be additional factors contributing to people's rejection of her, although as we previously discussed, her complete lack of self-awareness is a prominent factor. I am truly grateful, Jean, for your valuable comment. Almari's teeth have undergone quite a transformation, from past photos to now. It seems like she could easily consume an apple even if it were placed inside a tennis racket. Naturally, she opted for veneers. I find it difficult to understand or believe. She really needs to possess that flawless smile seen in Hollywood, isn't it frustrating? Alright, the subsequent remark comes from Susan. Some women at her age have already reached the grandmother stage, but she is still considered middle-aged. I envision her potentially playing the part of a loving and compassionate grandmother who selflessly prioritizes the needs and desires of her grandchildren, children, and spouse. Susan, let's be realistic here, Meghan is not suitable for this role. It's absurd to even consider it. In her following statement, Cassandra suggests that Medusa should consider becoming an advocate for a weaving tool. I find that notion quite amusing, actually. Please refrain from discussing a potential Hollywood comeback for Meghan, as she never achieved significant success as a Hollywood actress. I share your sentiment that this return issue is becoming increasingly absurd. Linda Harris and Mr. Markle does not lack companionship. These children have not been witnessed. No one is interested anymore due to the passage of time. The last statement is indeed accurate. Patty Riley discovered that the sole skill Meghan excelled in was plagiarism. Well, I suppose it would be unjust to claim that Meghan Markle is lacking in work ethic. You're right, she exerts considerable effort in diligently plagiarizing from others. Lilith expressed her hope that the driver is already familiar with the route to GK's apartment. We certainly want to avoid another terrifying car pursuit. They were unsuccessful on their first attempt in New York City, and it seems history is about to repeat itself. Could a lively rendition of the Sinatra song offer some assistance? I am concerned for those unfortunate individuals in bustling, intimidating New York. In other words, an abundance of paparazzi eagerly anticipates their arrival. Then on the following page, there is a remark by Donna Kirk. She possesses a profound ability to observe others with great clarity, yet her capability to critique them is rather severe. However, she is lacking self-awareness when it comes to her own limitations. Amen. Donna's remarks highlight the unfortunate misallocation of financial resources towards maintaining her prominence on page 1, when she could have utilized those funds more empathetically. This brings us back to the point I mentioned earlier in the video. Meghan Markle demonstrates an apparent lack of self-awareness regarding her own limitations. She adamantly denies having any restrictions. Paraphrase, CJV. How can an actress of low reputation stage a comeback? From what? Inadequate performance. Once again, the term comeback is not quite accurate in this context. Linda, unfortunately, is destined for failure. Experience the consequences of your actions. I am of the opinion that the person in question is CSC when. Can we expect Netflix to get rid of them? I hope it happens sooner rather than later. They're not portraying Netflix in a positive light. Okay, folks, unfortunately, we're out of time at the moment. In conclusion, I would like to express my gratitude once more. If you have found this video beneficial, kindly consider liking and sharing it with everyone you know. Make sure to share your thoughts on the details I have provided. Please click the subscribe button below, along with the bell button, if you haven't already subscribed, in order to receive more videos. I sincerely appreciate your presence. Farewell, enjoy your weekend, and look forward to reconnecting in future videos.